In continuing on with this video here, it's a continuation from video 3. Let's look at a few other words and just see, once again, I'm still comparing shorthand with our conventional way of writing and showing the viewer the advantage of shorthand and why it's advantageous to learn it and even teach it to your children if you've got the patience to do so. Let's look at the word question. Question. Okay, you see how long it took to write that? Question. That's it. Just two strokes. Question. If we had on the lines like this, I would just write question like that. And here's another rule. And once again, I'm going to use one section just to cover the rules of Gregg Shorthand. Whenever you see in Gregg Shorthand on these lines here, anything, this is SH, CH, J. But also when you've got the 1/3 of the length between these two lines, that where a word ends, that's going to stand for TION, RTIAL. For instance, the word portion, PORTION, would be PORTION. The word partial, PARTIAL, would actually be spelled the same way in Gregg Shorthand, PORTIAL. So that is one of the rules in Gregg Shorthand, that any word that ends with that little bitty slant that's kind of like coming towards you on a line, that's SH, and this is CH. See, it's the same stroke, but it goes halfway. And this is J, SH, CH, and J. But when it ends a word, when a word ends with that little slant headed towards you, instead of SH, what that is, it's ending in TION or TIAL. Okay? You see how quick that was to write that word question. And I'm just going through a few of them real quickly. Once again, I want to just encourage those who are watching. And I figure if I could show you real quickly just how much more quicker this is than our longhand of writing, you'll be more enthused. Let's look at this word. Look how long it would take to write this. The word yesterday, YESTERDAY. That's 9 alphabets. Now watch this in Gregg Shorthand. That's it, 3 little strokes. And Gregg Shorthand, the word yesterday is EST. That's it. And that also stands for the words east, yeast, yesterday, and estate. I mean, look how much more quicker. It's almost like no comparison. Let's look at the word manufacture. And now you know why those court reporters, when they're taking dictation in the courtrooms, that's why you see them stop just about when the people stop talking. They're able to write it or steno it down with their machine as quick as the people can say it. Look at all those alphabets that I had to write the word manufacture, but watching Gregg Shorthand, that's it. That's the whole word, manufacture, those 2 strokes. If I'm on a tablet, I would simply write MF. That's it. That's the whole word, manufacture. Let's look at a few more. Okay, let's look at the word quantity and quality. Quantity. Once again, look at all these alphabets and how long it's taken me. Quantity in Gregg Shorthand is simply this, KT. That's it. You cross the T over the K. Look how quick that was, KT. You say the word quantity, I've already wrote it. How about the word quality? And we're getting ready to get into another rule here with this word quality. The word quality is simply like this, K with an L under it. Now, one of the rules of Gregg Shorthand is whenever you've got an alphabet of Gregg Shorthand underlined with an L and the L is underneath it, that means that L stands for L-I-T-Y. Now, some would write the word, for instance, to give you an example of that L-I-T-Y further. Okay, this is quality. The word utility, I've already wrote it. Utility. I've got that L. Okay, how about the word security? S-E-K, and I just put a little R. Notice it's not as long as the L. the R and the L is the same stroke, but one's shorter and one's longer. Well, whenever you write any word, this is another rule of Gregg Shorthand, where the little R is disconnected to the word and it's under the last alphabet, that means that that last stroke stands for the ending of a word, R-I-T-Y. Isn't that neat? Isn't that fast? I mean, I know some of you are probably thinking, well, wait a minute, with all these rules, and yet there is more to come, that's a lot of things to commit to memory. It is to some degree. Well, let me give you an example. While they changed the latter, the early Gregg Shorthand, it had super brief forms. Let me show you a word like this, remember. R-E-M-E-M-B-E-R. And this is why some of the latest editions, actually, of Gregg Shorthand, some of the latest editions, it's not as brief as the early editions of the books that were published by Gregg Shorthand. The word remember in the early edition is just simply this, R-M. I already wrote the word out, R-M. If I was writing it on lines in the tablet, I would just simply write R-M. As soon as you say that word remember, I've got it wrote. But now, in some of the later editions of a Gregg Shorthand dictionary, they made it easier for the people to learn, but slower to write, so that they'd be able to remember, so that they could use the alphabet itself to spell it out and read it back. They would write it R-E-M-E-M-B-R. So you see, that takes longer like that. So that really, those early editions of Gregg Shorthand books, actually, they gave you briefer forms, and it was more quicker to write with. Look at the word shorthand. S-H-O-T-H-A-N-D. Now, in shorthand itself, I don't have to write all that. That's it. That's S-H. Remember I showed you a while ago, S-H-C-H-J. S-H-C-H-J. Well, this is S-H-T. That's how you spell shorthand. S-H-T, and then N-D. And then you put that period over any. This is another rule of Gregg Shorthand. Anytime you see a period or a dot above an alphabet, it stands for H. Anytime you, let me give you this real quickly. An L in shorthand is the word will. Now, if I put a dot under it, it becomes willing, because the dot becomes I-N-G if it's underneath an alphabet. If it's over an alphabet like this here, H-O, it becomes an H. If it's under here, that would be H-O-M-I, like a homing pigeon. And also, I hope I can hurry up and cover this before this fits. Let me show you another rule with the simple dot. The word magnolia, M-A-G, like a magnolia tree. Okay, magnolia. That's got like a ya sound. Okay, here's how Gregg Shorthand. M-A-G-N-O-L, and you put the dot in the middle of the A there. Whenever you see a dot in the middle of the A, usually that word ends with a ya sound. Okay, there's another word to give you an example of that. The word California, C-A-L-I-F-O-R-N-I-A. Well, in brief form, it would just be K-A. That would be the word California. But if I want to write it out, and it would have that ya sound at the end, it would be K-A-L-I-F-O-R-N-A, but I put the dot in it, California, W-A-H. So you see the dot, when it's inside the last alphabet, it's got that ya sound. And once again, the word home, H-O-M, it's above the alphabet, but when you put another one here, it's homing. And once again, the word will in Gregg Shorthand is simply an L. But when you put a dot under it, it's willing. It becomes willing. So you see the little dot plays an important part in Gregg Shorthand. When it's between two words, it can stand for and. I'll get more to this in the next video. Thank you.